I don't know about you guys, but do you ever feel like playing Apex always seems to end up going like this?
It's the first of many nights to go out.
Yeah, starting off on those two clips seems to be the basis of Apex at the moment. You know, um, you're not always going to have a really good game and you are going to have to take the losses, but you do sometimes end up with clips like this. With this being a ranked game, I decided the launch site would probably be the best, spot to land. As this, generally pretty good loot, and you can rotate towards the middle of the ring or wherever the ring decides to end up being on the map. But as usual, I'm playing Watson. I really just enjoy playing her as a defensive character because that's more my play style. And as we're moving through launch site here, we decide that we should push this team. With the enemies a wee bit of a distance away, I'm constantly pinging them for my teammates to know the exact position that they're in, because if they were to push me right now, and with me using long range weapons, I wouldn't really be much help, so I'm trying to give them an exact position so that they can move in for the kill.
Grenade out.
We are not alone. Look over here.
Thermite grenade out.
Fence in position. Anyone passes through?
Winning our first fight off a drop is normally a generally good thing to do, because it sort of gets your first fight jitters out of the road, so that whenever you go into your next fight you've already got a bit of experience, just landing after the drop. I normally like to do that there whenever I land in the game, just to sort of get the first fight nerves out of the road. It just sort of helps whenever you go into your next fight. Just after leaving launch site, we're now having to move over to Sorting Factory because that's where the ring is starting to close in on. And as we're going down the zip line here, I noticed another team flying in on top of the roof. With the team having the high ground and them especially having the Gibraltar, I'm relying on my ultimate for Watson so that I can block grenades and airstrikes and stuff like that there. So I'm relying on my teammate to keep me covered so that I can pop an ultimate accelerant and use another one, and they just destroyed mine.
Shasha. No more stones.
Noticing my teammate managed to get the high ground and down one of our opponents, I decided to rush in to try and give him a bit of a hand, but he was a really, really good player, and he managed to take out all three, so, the help wasn't needed, but it's always good to have your teammates backing you up, just in the case that you get down or need the extra bit of backup.
Evo shield here. Level 3.
Wingmania.
Just after looting up, we decided to take a wee look around us just in case there's another team having to flank us or trying to gain advantage of us, and the case being there was a team there.
Recharging shields.
Recharging my shields. Yeah, got one of them here.
I spotted an enemy.
I downed one.
I see an enemy.
Killed one. Hold on. Shield recharging.
Reloading.
Trying to chase this squad down to try and finish off the last two teammates, we realised that there was actually another squad behind us shooting from, the other side of Sorting Factory, so we decided to push on ahead to try and make the ring so that we're not at a disadvantage whenever the zone closes in.
Recharging my shields.
I always remember to check over my shoulder for that other team just in case that they decide to push in and we forget about them while we're, you know, moving towards zone. So I'd decide to pop off a couple of warning shots just to let them know that we're still watching them, just in case they decide to think that we're easy targets to take it down. Moving forward a wee bit here, I decided to go to the wee village that's just beside the cave on the other side of Geyser. The reason why we moved over here is because one of our teammates pinged that there was enemies near.
I'm fencing. The circuit is complete. Reloading.
I'm back. Logged off my drone.
Reloading.
Taking fire.
I'm assist.
After throwing a couple of successful grenade throws, I'm constantly letting my teammates know that I'm, you know, hurting them that are inside that building because I'm trying to get them to come outside so we could fire off a couple of, you know, shots to try and damage them. With my teammate using his crypto drone to try and, you know, spot some enemies, we find a team that's on the other side of this door. Moving forward, I managed to get a knock on one of them, and feeling that we were gonna win the fight, you know, we move forward as a team, and I get another knockdown on another guy. Unfortunately, I get knocked myself, but my teammate was there to help me back up to my feet again, and we end up wiping the entire squad.
Ooh, I feel good about this care package.
Recharging shields. Just topping up my
There's
shield.
4 squads left, and us finding ourselves that we're not actually in the zone. We decided to move around the side of the map so that we're not discovered by our teams and we can get ourselves a better position in the zone.
30 seconds left.
Setting up shop.
Putting an eye in the sky.
Nice choice. You've got good taste.
My favorite kind of
I just want to point out at this stage that although our crypto teammate was very good at droning and spotting enemies for us, that my Lobo teammate, my girl lad, was actually really helpful as well, putting down his black market so we could constantly get shields and meds and ammo and whatever we needed for the fights ahead.
My drone has been destroyed. Let's move here.
I see somebody.
Finding ourselves perfectly in the final zone, it's my job now to set up defensive capabilities so that the enemy teams can't push us and we get more time to sort of time our shots, you know, pick the fights that we want to fight, and, you know, have ourselves a good position that whenever they decided to push us, that we've got the advantage.
Getting my eyes in the sky.
Recharging my shield.
Enemy spotted.
right now here you can see me still trying to ping shots, trying to let the enemies know that they're not allowed to push us, setting up Watson fences so that if they do get near that they can't get past, to try and keep them out of the ring.
Passes. Those shots are from another squad. Recharging the shields. There's that charge in the air. Ripping missiles away. Engaging the enemy.
Shooting at me. Final round.
The circuit is complete.
With about 8 seconds left on the timer, we're trapped in between the two squads, but we've got the zone advantage and it's closing in slowly, so they have to make their way to us. So we're fighting one team at a time, letting both teams know that they're not allowed to push us and they have to stay within range, and you know, we're just trying to stay defensively strong.
Just topping up my shields.
Whenever I start to, you know, use my shield battery here, I notice that my teammate is actually pushing one of our teams. He managed to get the kill, and that leaves us with one squad left, so we'll turn our attention finally towards them. While I've been able to knock the last two guys of the squad, we ended up winning the match. It was a really, really good game overall, and you know, everybody had their part to play, and you know, it was a really fun overall game. Hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time.
You are the Apex champions.